Let's start. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Madhuvidyayana, we'll continue with the contemplation of teaching of Madhuvidya, the honey of life, the nectar of life. So we saw Atharvana Rishi taught Ashwini Devatas the Madhuvidya. The teaching is continuing. What did Atharvana Rishi taught? Ashwini Devatas. Ashwini Devatas are divine doctors, divine surgeons. So they are learning from Atharvana Rishi. Learning is continuing. Bhagavan, Brahman, Ishvara, okay, manifested himself in the form of living and non-living beings. One reality appeared as living and non-living. Absolute reality, Brahman, absolute reality called Brahman, manifested as living and non-living. So this we can think almost like this. In dream, there was nothing. In dream, we didn't have anything. Suddenly a dream world appeared. And a dream world, I took a dreamer character and I started experiencing the dream objects. I ate a dream fruit. I went to a dream Paris. I went to dream London. The experiencer and experienced are not different. Both are made up of the stuff called mind stuff. The mind is the person who is experiencing. The mind is the one who is experienced. Right? They're not different. But in dream, it appears very different. When I see the dream tiger, I run because I don't know it's me. I don't know it's a forest. I don't know it's a dream forest. I don't know it's a dream city. It's my own dream. I am the dream character. I am the dream object. I am the subject. The subject-object differentiation happens, but has anything happened to the mind? Mind itself has not undergone any changes. It's only appearing as the subject-object. Right? The appearances are not real. The reality has not changed. Okay. Is it clear? So there is an absolute reality called awareness, Paramatma, Brahman, awareness, where there is no separation at all. From the awareness point of view, there is no I and the other. Because there cannot be anything which is separate from awareness. There cannot be any object at all in awareness. Understand? So there is no concept of experience, because to have experience, there is a subject-object differentiation is required. But is there experience there? Is there experience? That experience is called pure experience. In pure experience, there is no subject-object duality. In a pure experience, there is no experiencer. There is no duality of subject and object. Brahman is always the pure experience. Okay, that is the only pure experience which is there at the background of all experiences. Right? At any point of time, do you have clarity that I exist? You exist. Before you speak, I exist. Okay? Understand? You don't have any problem. I exist is not I exist, I am, and I exist. You don't have any doubt at any time at all. That is Brahman. Brahman is your pure existence, pure awareness, which is available to you all the time. That's why it's called, Brahman is called Nitya Aparoksha. That means, Aparoksha means direct experience all the time. Only one direct experience you have all the time is called Brahman. Everything else is coming and going. Okay. But what happens is that experience which appears and disappears covers that experience which is pure experience. The screen is equivalent of a pure experience. The movie gets covered it. Movie covers it. When the movie is going on, you don't see the screen. Okay, because it's a pure experience. There's no experience and experienced. The subject-object duality is not there. That's why it's pure experience. Every other experience is there's a subject-object duality. Okay. So that Brahman took the form of living and non-living. He took the form of sun, moon, planets, the earth which is made up of 5 elements, and also the bodies. Our bodies are also made up of 5 elements. And he entered into the body of those created. Okay. He entered into the body of the created. Now the question comes, when Brahman is all pervading reality, what is the meaning of entry and exit? Okay. If the Brahman itself is all pervading reality, there's no meaning of entry and exit. You cannot say space enters and exits. When you say right, there's no meaning of entry and exit. So that entry and exit, you have to understand that there is a consciousness manifest in that reality, where there is a, in that body mind, in that body and the mind, the consciousness manifested. It's a reflected consciousness manifested. That's called Chidabhasa. A reflected consciousness manifested in that body. Right? That reflected consciousness we can feel in our body and intellect. Okay. There was no consciousness in that. There was only image which was created. Image of the world is created. A painting is created. A mountain, a 3D painting or 4D painting, whatever is it, right? But the painting has to be given life. For the life to happen, the consciousness has to manifest in that. The consciousness is not a property of that material. Okay. So now, where was the canvas in which this consciousness, this was painted? Where is the canvas in which this world appeared? There must be canvas, right? Where is the canvas? The canvas is the Brahman only, existence, consciousness only. There's no other thing there. Okay. So in the object, the existence aspect of Brahman appeared as object. In you, in us, the existence and consciousness aspect of Brahman appeared as Jiva. Right? Existence and consciousness aspect of Brahman appeared as Jiva. Whereas the body and the world is the appearance of the existence aspect. So when the Brahman entered into the Jiva, which means there was a manifestation of Chidabhasa in that body-mind complex. Manifest Chidabhasa reflected consciousness. Is that clear? So then he started experiencing the world. The living beings with the 2 legs and 4 legs. To give an example of dream. In your dream, a dream world, whose consciousness is that? The dream character is a image. That has a consciousness. Which consciousness? Where did the consciousness come from? The consciousness come from. The consciousness of the dream character is nothing but the sleeper's consciousness. The one who is sleeping, the consciousness of sleeper is appearing as a dreamer's consciousness. But the dreamer doesn't know that the consciousness is that of the sleeper. He is not aware of the sleeper. The consciousness doesn't belong to the dream character. Dream character is a projection. Consciousness is that of the sleeper. He is not aware of the sleeper. The consciousness doesn't belong to the dream character. Dream character is a projection. But dream character seems to be alive. It's independent. Oh, I am there. I am moving. All right. So the dream character doesn't know this consciousness is, I'm just a image. The consciousness belongs to the dreamer, the sleeping person, that he doesn't know. Similarly, we have a consciousness which is called Chidavasa, which is not property of the body, which belongs to Brahman, pure consciousness. We are not aware of that. Okay. So the consciousness in us is pointing to the pure consciousness, which is Brahman. So we have to stay in that consciousness and go back to the pure consciousness, realize the pure consciousness, Brahman. Since he entered into all living beings, okay, living beings have body which is made up of several gates, eyes, ears, and all. These are called gates. In earlier days, they used to have a fort for the city. The fort used to have gates, and the city was called a Pura. Okay, the Puri used to have a gate to prevent enemies coming from inside, outside. So that's why we have heard of Jagannatha Puri. Puri is a city. Okay, city used to have a fort, and fort used to have gates. Similar, this is the fort. The body is the fort, and the fort has gates, sense organs. So he entered into that. That's why he's called Purusha. Purusha means one who is there in the Puri. The Puri called Navadware Puri Shai. He has forgotten himself. Right? Why did he forget himself? Why should he forget himself? He should forget himself to experience. See, you go to a movie, okay? When you go to the movie, you forget that your house is there. You forget that your family members are there. You forget everything. Then you enjoy the movie. Then only a movie experience becomes movie experience. If you keep on sitting there and what's happening in my family, you can't experience the movie. That's why Brahman enters as Jiva and forgets he's Brahman. Otherwise, he can't experience this. The moment he remembers that, his experience goes. You understand? That's why Purusha word has meaning Navadware Puri Shayati. See, Shayati means he's sleeping to his own nature. Okay? But he is active through the body, experiencing. So how carefully they choose the words, okay? He is sleeping because he wants to enjoy and experience the world. The moment he keeps remembering his nature, the experience goes cut off. Right? And he experiences every way. Happiness, joy, karma, everything he experiences. One fine day he says, okay, enough of experience. Movie should be over. This is too much of a movie. Then he starts remembering, I have to go home. Then he starts recollecting, I am Brahman. Then he comes to Vedantic teaching. Then he starts meditating. Then he starts going back. Otherwise, he is happy, enjoying the movie. He is a character he has become one with the character in the movie. Okay. And he is there, the same Brahman is there in all the objects also. In this object, in this object, in this object, in this object. The object is also an image. Your body is also an image, and object is also image. Image is not you, but image is pointing to aspect of you. Right? Image is pointing to the original. The reflection in the mirror is your face. The face is not you, but reflection is pointing to real you. Real you cannot see because you are. You will never be able to see real you. Only reflection is pointing to you. This body mind is the reflection which is pointing to Sat Chit aspect of you, existence, consciousness aspect of it. The world is pointing to existence aspect of you, which is constant. Okay, everything exists. The tree exists, the plant exists, the flower exists. Existence appears in various forms. Existence appears in various forms. Existence has not undergone change. Existence appears in different forms, okay, and different shapes. Existence appears as flower. The flower gets destroyed and it becomes fertilizer. The existence has not changed. The existence appearance has changed. Existence function has changed. Okay. Brahman as existence has not changed. The existence aspect of that and existence aspect of you is same. It's Brahman. Existence cannot be seen. The moment you see the existence, it takes a form. Okay. Moment you see existence, moment you hear existence, it takes a form. Existence has no form. Brahman has no form. But the moment you see, hear, there is a form appears. Right? The seeing and hearing, or five sensations, are perceptions. The perceptions appear in consciousness. The perception gives a form to the formless reality. These sense organs are like five blind men. The five blind men, they're trying to figure out an elephant. The sense organs are very limited. They don't have unlimited capability. They have very limited capability. With that limited capability, they're trying to figure out what is elephant. One person says it's like a pillar because he's touching the leg. The elephant is not a pillar. He is sensing it as a pillar. Similarly, these sense organs are sensing the world which is not there, which is existence. They will never be able to see the elephant because their sense are limited. I'll never be able to see existence because I am existence. The moment I experience existence, it is an image, it's a concept. The reality cannot be experienced. Reality is what you are. That experience of reality, what you are, is eternal experience. It is what you call as pure experience. It's always there. It's called Nitya Aparoksha. But anything you experience, it's a perception. In your dream, you had a cup of coffee, a wonderful cup of coffee. It's a perception. It's not reality. Similarly, everything in the world is a perception, not reality. What is reality cannot be seen because you are that reality. Right? It's like seeing a snake in the rope. If you think snake is real, then you are in illusion. That's called mithya. If you see the reality in the snake, which is rope, then satya. The world is Brahman, reality, as existence. The world is not real as the name and form, mithya. Name and form is superimposed. By whom? Sense organs. Right? If your eyes become much sharper and you have a X-ray vision, okay, you don't see me sitting here. You see a skeleton, a ghost sitting here. So am I there or a skeleton is there? That depends on your sense organ. It did not depend on me, object. If you have a gamma vision, you don't even see me. It will pass through. Okay, you don't even see chair. You may not see the wall also. So what is out there is an appearance, not a reality. But we start living appearance as real. That's our illusion. Reality is myself. The self is the reality. Right? The world is pointing to existence. Existence aspect of the self. Sat aspect. The body mind is pointing to the Sat and Chit aspect of myself. Sat and Chit cannot be seen because I am that. It's always I am experiencing that. Before I experience anything, I have to experience myself. That experience is always there. That's called Brahman. Now Sat Chit is there. It is infinite. See, the world is infinite. And that infinite world, behind that is Sat is there. Sat is me, self. Sat and Chit can separate out. Never. You can never separate out. Do you exist? I exist. It's called Sat. Are you aware? I am aware. That's called Chit. Now you say, I am aware, but I don't exist. Are you able to say that? You cannot. I exist, but I am not aware. Can you say? Sat and Chit are one. Now, the entire universe is myself or Atman or Brahman appearing as world. Appearance is not real. What is reality? Is Brahman. But we start living appearance as reality. That's our illusion. We take appearance as very concrete, very real, solid reality. No. It's like five blind men thinking that the pillar is the elephant. When they catch a pillar, oh, this elephant will say. It's not true. Right? Is that clear? This is what he's teaching. He created the universe. He entered into the living beings as Purusha. So now the Purusha word nowadays, in the colloquial language, it is Sanskrit word have gone to all language. Purusha is referring to a male, man, whereas woman is called Stri. The Purusha in this Vedanta means man and woman, the consciousness in everybody. The consciousness which is sleeping, which is identified with the body. Why it's identified with the body? To enjoy and experience the world. Pado asya vishwa bhutani tripadasya divi tripadurdva udait purushaha. So, did entire Brahman become the world? The whole Brahman appeared as world? No. Not even a small fraction of the Brahman appeared as world. Okay. The infinite consciousness, actually, the infinite world also is not right. It's a dimensionless. When we use the word infinite Ananda, okay, the infinite also has a opposite called finite. It's beyond finite and infinite. It's no limitation. So it's dimensionless consciousness. It's no. Only best word to say is there's no limitation of time and space and causation. So that Brahman, a small fraction of that Brahman appeared as the universe. In infinite power of Brahman, only a small portion of that appeared as the universe. Tripadurdva, beyond. A larger, infinite large portion is like that only, awareness only. Okay? Only a small portion appeared as this world. And when Brahman appeared as a world, I forgot Brahman. Because I am Brahman only, but I want to enjoy the world. No. Who will go to the movies? Huh? Who will have a cup of coffee? Brahman has no privilege. So the moment you remember Brahman, all privileges are gone. Only pure experience is there. So the moment you want to go back, you have to miss out your cup of coffee, TV, and all those things. Pure awareness. But even when the Brahman has appeared is like this, nothing has happened to the Brahman. The water appears as a wave, water appears as an ocean, okay? But nothing happens to the water. The gold appears as a necklace, the gold appears as a chain, but nothing happens to the gold. Even though Brahman is appearing as everything, nothing has happened to the Brahman. Right? So, I want to realize Brahman when you say, you cannot become Brahman. You are Brahman. You have to recognize you are Brahman. Only recognition. You cannot become because Brahman is already there. A wave says, I want to realize water. How do you do that? How does a wave realize the water? Wave cannot become water. Wave is water. So wave on and to recognize water, I have to destroy myself and become water. No, you don't have to. The wave doesn't have to destroy itself. We have to recognize I am water. Similarly, I have to recognize I am Brahman. I am pure awareness. That is called Atma. It's not a new experience because Brahman experience is there all the time. We are missing out the Brahman experience in our day-to-day experience. It's almost saying You are reading a book. Do you read a newspaper? Right? Do you read a newspaper or news on the paper?
Yes.
You read news on the paper, but paper you neglect. When I ask the question, do you read a newspaper? What do you say? Yes, I read newspaper. But you're reading only news. You don't even notice paper. What is the quality of paper and all? So Brahman is like that. The world and Brahman are like news and paper. Paper is always there. But we are so much attracted by news that we ignore the paper. So Brahman realization or realization of self is not a new experience. It is an ever unchanging experience behind all experience of our life. Okay. But we are giving so much importance to the news, not to the paper. Similarly, so we are giving so much importance to work, but not to the Brahman, which is awareness, existence.
But he's also helping us still.
Huh?
He's also helping us. He himself forgets himself.
The whole idea is to forget. No, otherwise, how will you enjoy, right? If you go home, there's wife, right? If you become Brahman, where do you go? So that's why the prayer in Vedas, please understand, I'll say, Shamno Astu Dipade Sham Chatushpade. This is the prayer. Okay. O Brahman, bless us beings with the two legs, which is human beings. Bless all the beings with the four legs also. The prayer is for not only for us, the prayer is for animals also, because I as Brahman is present in that living being also. Which religion in the world will do prayer for animals, you tell me? Huh? Who will do? Animals are there for enjoyment. No, animals are also same consciousness in me manifest in them. The prayer is for the whole universe. That's why a realized person, the Sarvam Khalvida Brahma, all this is Brahman. Okay? Appearing as the world. The world is not Brahman. World is appearance of Brahman. Like a child, when the mother comes in a sari or a salwar kameez or a nightie, the child recognizes the mother. Like that, a realized being sees the world and recognizes the Brahman with all the appearances. Realization, don't be under the impression that it's with closed eyes. With the closed eyes only realization, no. With eyes open, like a child recognizes the mother in all her dress. With eyes open, you recognize Brahman in all living beings in the universe. And such a person becomes a Brahmana or knower of Brahman. Brahmana means a universal being. He is not an individual. It's not a caste. He has become so universal. He sees the self in all. And that person is called Brahmana. And when you see the self in all, that's a universal love. Your family now is the whole world. It's called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Okay. So that is because through Jnana, Jnana alone can lead somebody to realization of this truth.
I didn't understand that when you said existence, when you try to see, it appears.
Yeah. You have again used existence interchangeably.
No, you told
Can we ask?
existence when you want to see, it appears as objects and things.
Correct.
And you cannot see existence.
You are the existence. Existence appears, you can have an image of existence.
I didn't get that.
See, you are existence. You are existence. Right? Separation. To pursue something, I need a separation. It is like eyes are able to see the world. Eyes can see all the colors, but eyes cannot see themselves. The seer cannot see himself. Seer can see anything other than self. Right? Yes or no? If eyes cannot see itself, because it's the seer. Similarly, self, Atma, is the seer as the witness. As witness, it is witnessing the body-mind complex and the world. How the seer can see himself, right? And what is out there? There's no world. Only Brahman is there. There's no other. Existence only is there. Is there anything other than existence is there? Is there anything other than consciousness? No. Then you visualize what is there. You can imagine. There's an image of yourself. The image is superimposed on existence.
Which came first, the thought of image or
the existence? Existence always there. No, existence cannot come first or second. The image appeared later. That image is appeared because of the Maya Shakti or creative power of existence. Image doesn't come first. Existence was always there. Image comes and disappears. That's why it's image. So whatever image you have of yourself is not you. Yourself cannot be an image. The self cannot be image. The moment you create image of the self, right, it's not you. Okay, but the self starts to create an image of itself in the form of body and start living that image. That's the dream. In your dream, you became a dream girl. It's the image of you. It is not you. But you start living that dream. Right? In the waking state also, we create our image of ourselves and start living it. Hey, I am a great singer. I create my image as a singer. Then I start living that image. And I forget that original.
That's identity you're talking about.
Identity. Image is identity. Any identity you create, it's not you. So similarly, identity is about living being. And world. So world is also image. A mountain, a valley. Image is created through perception. Right? The sky is not blue, but it appears to be blue because of perception. So the perception is happening. Okay, what are you perceiving? You are perceiving only existence, which is you. The image is not you. Image is not the reality. The perceiver is the reality, which is self. The perceived is also reality, which is self. But the image we start living as real. That's called Maya. A blind man will start living a pillar as an elephant. Wherever he meets a pillar, oh, this is an elephant, he'll say. It's not real. Right?
You mean to say the existence when you talk, the moment I try to see the existence, the seeing itself with the perception is through sense organs, and that's why existence is not. You're not able to see the real.
Existence will never be able to see itself. Existence.
I cannot see myself.
Existence cannot see itself. Existence is awareness. The moment it sees itself, so that's why the whole problem started when you start asking the question, who am I? When the existence started asking the question, who am I? And it started seeing itself as a world. It started seeing as a body. Then you go back also with the who am I question only. I am not out of this. Who am I? Right? That who am I question, existence or Brahman started asking question, who am I? When the question appeared, I don't say Brahman has a motivation. That Maya created, who am I? Then it started imagining so many things, animals, plants, everything. Then after going through all the experiences, still again the question comes, who am I? All of these are not am I. Who am I? Then you go back. You start with the question, who am I? And end up with the question, who am I? In all the process, okay, who am I question cannot be answered. I is the answer. So how must be? I am Brahman. That's the only answer. Okay. Who am I first? Who am I question? What will happen? It will create images. Oh, I can be elephant. Then the elephant appears. Oh, I can be a tiger. Tiger appears. Perception. Then you experience the world through a tiger and elephant because you get attracted to that. And after long experience, bahunam janmanante gnanavan mam padavita. After many lifetimes, you become a human being. And human being also, after many lifetimes, you start asking questions. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Oh, I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I'm not the intellect. I'm not the image. Who is really I am? That answer is I am I. That's the only best answer I can get. Started with who am I question and ended up with who am I question. And in the beginning, you didn't have answer. And you have come to understand that there's no answer. Okay. Any questions?
Existence and consciousness means the same, right?
Same. The fire and heat, fire and light all mean same thing. Okay, shall we go next? Friends, why I'm not logging? Login is not coming. Wait. Okay. Next. So the teaching of Madhuvidya, the secret of honey of life, continues by the Atharvana Rishi to Ashwini Devatas, the secret of the honey of life or Madhuvidya. Rupam Rupam Pratirupo Bhavuva means he created many forms. Okay. He created the form of you, he created the form of you, he created the form of you. Created all the forms. And he entered all the forms. It's not that he just created, just entered all the forms. In your form, he entered from head to toe, head to nail. It's not entered into some place in the form. Every aspect of the form is pervaded. From your hair to the nail is pervaded by consciousness. The entire universe is pervaded by the consciousness. Whatever I see, the sun I see in consciousness. The moon I see in consciousness. Right? See, I see a big, vast space, physical space. It's called Bhutakasha. Where is the Bhutakasha appearing? Oh, it's in mind. It's called Chittakasha. Bhutakasha is appearing mental space. It's called Chittakasha. So which is bigger, Bhutakasha or Chittakasha? The entire sun is in my mind here. So much of distance, right? How big is the universe? Billions and billions of light years. If one photograph comes from there to now, it will be billion light years. We'll be seeing the past of them. So big. And where is that universe? It's in my mind. Bhutakasha is in Chittakasha, mind. Entire Bhutakasha is nothing but thought in the mind. Without the thought, can Bhutakasha exist? Physical space? Okay. And imagine the entire physical space is nothing but one thought in your mind. Oh, that's outer space. One thought is there. Over. It's very vast. It's another thought. Over. That one thought is space. Infinite space is nothing but thought. Infinite time is nothing but thought, which is mind. So Bhutakasha is in Chittakasha. Where is the Chittakasha? Where did the thought appear? In my consciousness. The consciousness I know thought appeared. Consciousness I know thought disappeared. It's in Chittakasha. Okay. Now what are you? I am the consciousness space where everything is appearing and disappearing. Nothing happens to space. The physical space, the stars are born, the planets are born, they get destroyed, nothing happens to physical space. The physical space is appearing in my mind as thought, thoughts are born and gone, nothing happens to the consciousness. And I am that consciousness, eternal, immortal, infinite consciousness. That's called Brahman. And you are aware of that all the time. It's not that you know come to know sometime now. 20 years back, I was in Mysore. I am now in Bangalore. Next year, I will be in Hyderabad. The I never changes. That unchanging I is pointing to, I is a thought, but unchanging, the I is pointing to something unchanging. Unchanging reality, that's Brahman, which you are aware. Always you claim that I never changes. You only claim. But always you mix up with the changing body-mind complex. That's our problem. Vedanta doesn't bring you new experience. You have always an experience of I which is unchanging. It's a permanent experience. But you are mixing that permanent experience which is in the background with the changing body and mind. Oh, I am the body, you say. Only that can be clarified. And that infinite awareness is myself. That's called Brahman. And this awareness manifests in all the beings, head to toe, in the form of Chidavasa, reflected consciousness. It occupies every cell of your body. It occupies all aspects of yourself, all aspects of creation. Why this creation is there? If the creation is to show the greater power of the creator. Okay. The Brahman started with the question, who am I? He didn't find who am I. He found powers of him in the power of creation. Understand? Brahman started with the question of who am I. The who am I question cannot be understood by Brahman also. Only in the process Brahman found his Shakti, power, how to create everything, sustain everything. Then he returns as who am I. Now, what is the difference? Before he didn't know his powers, now he knows his powers and comes back. He cannot know himself. Brahman only understood in the whole process of creation his Shakti. He doesn't have to understand Shakti. He understood his Shakti as you, as individual. Infinite doesn't have to understand infinity. Infinite to understand infinity has to become finite. So Brahman took the finite form to understand his infinite power and glory. That's why the bhajans are uplifting. That's why the prayers are uplifting. Okay? It's the glory of Bhagavan, which is glory of yourself, real self. That will uplift us. The bhajans will uplift us. Chanting of God's name uplifts us. Because it is nothing but your own self, Atma, which you are chanting. So in the whole process, Brahman became finite to understand his infinite powers. Then he returns back, okay, I cannot understand myself because I have this self. Return to home, back to home. Right? Rupam, Pratirupo, Bhava. See, in the pure consciousness or awareness, when I say awareness, it means ability, knowing principle. Knowing ability, knowing principle. Pure awareness is knowing principle. Pure awareness and existence mean same thing. They are not different. Okay. Pure awareness, existence, and bliss, they all mean same thing. Sat, Chit, Ananda means same thing. Same. Brahman, which is myself. Which is never an object. But when it's objectified, it appears as a word. When it can be objectified only as an image, as a concept, that is the word. In pure awareness, this knower and known is not there. So does the pure awareness know itself? Brahman know himself? Just existence. There is nothing to know for the Brahman. If there is something to know for Brahman, then only there is nothing to know for the Brahman. If there is something to know for Brahman, then only he becomes self-aware. He becomes self-aware. Self-awareness will come. Now, is Brahman knowing from himself? No. Brahman is always like that. The water takes the form of wave or ocean. Water doesn't even know the wave or ocean. Water is always water. So Brahman point of view, there's no world, there's no creation, pure awareness. Now also, and always it's like that. There's no duality there. If you take a Brahman viewpoint, understand? But Brahman has a dream, like you all have a dream. Brahman has a dream called Maya. In the dream, his power manifests as the world, as the living being. And in the dream, he becomes a dream character called you to experience the world. So, when you are sleeping, the dream is simultaneously going on. Right? When you are sleeping, the dream is happening. Nothing has happened to sleeper. The dream is simultaneously going on. The dream is unreality and sleeper is the reality. The sleeper and real both are existing together. Which is the higher level reality? The sleeper. The dream is the lower level reality. Lower level reality, higher level reality simultaneously happening. They are not separate. Similarly, same Brahman, who is the higher level reality, is appearing as the world simultaneously as a lower level reality. It's simultaneous, not Brahman didn't get converted into world. Right? The dream of Brahman is called Maya. In that Maya, this dream is appearing. And the experiencer of the dream is Brahman. The experienced object is also Brahman.
That it's not dream of Brahman, right? It's dream in Brahman.
You can dream in Brahman.
Because he didn't create the dream.
No, just dream appeared by power of Maya. Just sweeps over. Okay. So in pure consciousness, there's no knowledge of self. It is light itself. It's awareness itself. For example, if you ask sun, oh my dear sun, what is light? Sun doesn't say I am. Sun doesn't say what is. I don't know what is light. I am light. Okay. Sun, what is darkness? I don't know darkness. I've never seen darkness. Similarly, Brahman has never seen the world also. Brahman doesn't know what is awareness also. His awareness, his bliss. And who is that? It is you. Right now, not tomorrow. All the time. The absolute reality and relative reality or manifest reality is existing simultaneously. The manifest reality is for experiencing the power of the Brahman. simultaneous, right? So you can visualize a space, outer space, where in the space sun is shining and you are going in a rocket. Can you see the light? Do you able to see the light? You're not seeing the sun, you're seeing the opposite of sun. Do you see the light there in the universe? In the outer space, you cannot see one speck of light, because light requires a reflection. Reflecting is obstruction surface. Okay, this obstruction surface is required. Similarly, consciousness, the presence of consciousness cannot be known at all without the obstruction. Okay, the consciousness cannot be known without a obstruction. Now, where will you bring some object in consciousness? Tell me. There's nothing other than consciousness. Where will you bring the object in consciousness? The object in consciousness is concept. A concept appears, then only there is an object. If there is no concept, there is no object in consciousness, because everything is consciousness. Where is the object? Where is the consciousness? Where is the object you bring to understand consciousness? So the consciousness, the concepts arise in consciousness just like waves arise in water. Wave is not different from water. Okay, what is the only reality? The wave is not different from water. The concepts arise in consciousness. Okay, so first concept arises that there is something other than me. Then the self-awareness comes. This I am comes, self-awareness. Right? First, only when there is an obstruction, then the consciousness becomes aware of itself. Before it becomes aware of itself, others, it becomes aware of itself. The concept arises, there is something other than itself. The self-awareness arises. This self-awareness of consciousness is called Ishvara. I am. It's not the verbalization. Before verbalization, they say I am. Self-aware. You become self-aware. It's prior to thought. Prior to appearance of thought. Then the thought appears. So in that self-awareness, various objects are imagined. So you become aware of that objects. Then you associate one object called myself, this body. So then you start experiencing the world. Right? So now what is the reverse way? How do you go back? You cannot go back because you are already there. Brahman is already there all the time. So you have to recognize your true nature in all aspects of creation. In all aspects of creation, you have to go, you have to understand, you have to focus on the existence aspect. Existence. The tree exists, the plant exists. That's actually, existence is pointing to your nature. Because you exist, that existence appeared there. You give existence to that. Existence is not there. You give existence to image. A painter gave existence to a painting. Painting has no existence. Painter gave existence to existence. So the consciousness gave existence to the world. The existence aspect of conscious world is pointing to the consciousness. Okay. So with this, with the eyes open, you can always recognize the nature of the self as Brahman, which is infinity. Then with the eyes closed, thoughts come. Now world has become thoughts. Now world is no longer world is there. Physical perception world is there. The world has become subtle. Thoughts. Thought is the world. Right? The gross world has become subtle world now. Okay. Everything in the subtle world is thought. And all thoughts are dependent on I thought. Without I thought, there's no subtle thought, right? Always thought has two comments. Aham vritti, idam vritti. I thought and this. So this is again is pointing to existence, which is I. You go back to the I. Where did the I come from? I thought came from? I thought came from pure consciousness, which is my nature, the self. In the consciousness, is there a thought? No thought. From consciousness point of view, no thought is there. See, from gold point of view, there are no ornaments at all. Gold even doesn't even know that it's a necklace, doesn't even know that it's a ring. The ring and necklace and gold, they are shapes. From the gold point of view, there's no necklace, no ring. From Brahman point of view, there's no you, me, or anybody. Right? So the Brahman can take various viewpoints. Depending on the viewpoint, the experience changes. Depending on the experience, expression changes. Depending on the expression, the what you call impression changes. Depending on the impression, the creation changes. How does that happen? We'll see tomorrow. Any questions?
One side you are saying that from Brahman's viewpoint there is no world, objects or anything.
It cannot be. No?
But just earlier you said Brahman had a desire of knowing himself.
No. I always qualified it as Maya. Brahman himself has no desire. No, Brahman is pure consciousness. There is a desire. The Maya, a creative power, creates the world. I mean, I can say it's because of creative power, it belongs to
You are
Brahman.
saying Brahman is entering into the forms.
Correct.
That's again action.
In the Maya, no, in the dream, just like you entered into a dream. Did you enter into a dream?
No, it appeared.
That's
It
right.
entered.
Dream analogy is the best way you can understand. The dream is given to you
So
only.
everything happens simultaneously. The dream starts, the body, the consciousness
Yes.
associated with the body.
It's a simultaneous
everything
production.
is sprouting up
Simultaneous
and
production.
dissolving.
Yes. The dream is given to you to understand your nature. Every day you get a dream to understand your real nature as Brahman. It's a miniature replica of what happens in the universal level. So any questions, Nupurji?
So I don't have a desire to have a dream when I go to bed. I don't have a desire that this type of
Oh,
dream
you have a
should
desire.
come.
You have a desire. Oh,
No,
you
no,
have
I
some.
don't.
Don't tell me. You don't have a
No,
desire.
no, I'm talking how it works with Brahman.
Brahman never goes into dream or sleep. Brahman is beyond dream and sleep.
No, I don't decide at this time the dream should appear. This should be the dream today.
That's why Brahman doesn't decide anything. Brahman is always blissfully unaware of anything. He's just blissful.
So Guruji, is this dream the subconscious impression of Brahman? He has so much of suffering inside.
So clear? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. She is Nupurji. She has come from, she stays in Minnesota. Nilima. She stays upstairs. Downstairs. Okay. We'll break for 20 minutes. We'll meditate, and after that, Kannada. I'll start Kannada at 11:30. You can go if you want, or you can spend about 10-15 minutes in meditation and then go. Yeah.
Dream is actually, the way to understand the creation. People
Dream?
are like, in the dream I saw a brown butterfly. What does it imply?
It's Brahma.
No, it's a cobra. I'm just.
Okay.
Guruji,